You've been knocked down before. Maybe it was a job you thought you were perfect for, but didn't get. Maybe it was a relationship you poured your heart into, only to watch it fall apart. Maybe it was a dream you've carried for years that never seemed to take off. Whatever it was, it hurt. It left a mark. And in that moment, you probably thought, why me? Why now? You felt like life had taken something from you, something you couldn't get back. But here's what no one told you. That setback wasn't the end. It was the beginning, the setup for something greater than you could imagine. It's easy to look at failure and see only loss. It's easy to focus on the closed doors, the rejection letters, the sorry, we went with someone else phone calls. But here's the truth. Those moments aren't walls meant to stop you. They're turns in the road designed to redirect you. Sometimes the universe says no, not to hurt you, but to push you toward the yes that's truly yours. And if you could step back for just a moment and see the bigger picture, you'd realize you're not behind, you're being positioned. Think about the people who inspire you the most. Athletes who came back from injuries. Entrepreneurs who went bankrupt before building empires. Artists who were told they'd never make it, only to become legends. Do you think they got there because everything went perfectly? No, they got there because when life knocked them down, they learned to get back up stronger. They didn't just survive the setback, they used it as fuel. They understood that pain was part of the process, and that every disappointment carried the seed of a bigger opportunity. The problem is, most people don't see it that way. They hit a setback and stop. They tell themselves it's over, that maybe they weren't good enough, that maybe it wasn't meant to be. But you're not most people. You've felt the sting of failure before, and you've lived to tell the story. And now you have a choice. Let this setback be your excuse, or let it be your turning point. Imagine for a second that the thing you're going through right now, the pain, the frustration, the feeling that you're stuck, is actually the exact pressure you need to break through to the next level. Imagine it's not a detour at all, but a bridge to somewhere better. What if you started to believe that every closed door is pointing you toward the right one? That every no is making you hungrier for the yes? You see, life is a game of perspective. The same event that breaks one person can build another. It's not about what happens to you. It's about what you do with it. You can choose to sit in the rubble of what you lost, or you can use those broken pieces to build something unshakable. This is your moment. Not because things are easy, but because they're hard. Not because you've won, but because you haven't yet. Every great comeback story starts in a low place. This, right here, right now, could be the chapter people talk about when they tell your story years from now. The part where you refused to quit. The part where you turned your pain into power. The part where the setback became the setup for your greatest success. So take a breath. Feel everything you need to feel. Then stand up, square your shoulders, and take the next step forward. You might not see it yet, but you're closer to your breakthrough than you think. And when it comes, you'll look back on this moment not with regret, but with gratitude. Because it was here, in the middle of the mess, that the foundation for your victory was laid. This isn't over. In fact, it's just getting started. And your comeback? It's going to be unstoppable. The truth is, the moments that test you the most are the ones that shape you the most. Nobody becomes great by coasting through life without resistance. A diamond is just a piece of carbon that didn't quit under pressure. Steel becomes unbreakable only after it's been through fire. And you? You're in that refining fire right now. You might not feel strong in this moment, but strength isn't always loud. Sometimes it's in the quiet decision to get up one more time, to try again when no one's watching, to believe in yourself even when no one else seems to. See, setbacks have a hidden gift. They strip away the unnecessary. They take you back to the basics of who you are. They make you ask, what do I really want? What am I willing to fight for? They force you to dig deep, past the surface-level desires, into the raw core of your purpose. And once you find that, once you connect to the reason you started in the first place, you become unstoppable, not because things get easier, but because you get stronger. Think about it. Every success story you've ever heard has a chapter where everything went wrong. Oprah was fired from her first TV job. Steve Jobs was kicked out of the very company he founded. Michael Jordan didn't make his high school varsity team at first. These aren't just stories, they're proof. Proof that setbacks aren't the end of your story. They're the tension in the plot that makes the ending worth telling. The problem is, most people think they're alone in their struggle. They look at social media and see nothing but highlight reels, smiling faces, big wins, perfect lives. But what they don't see are the sleepless nights, the failed attempts, the quiet battles fought when nobody's looking. If you're in a tough spot right now, you're not failing. You're simply in the part of your story where the hero is tested. And guess what? Heroes always come back stronger. But here's the thing. Strength isn't built by avoiding the storm. It's built by walking straight into it, knowing that you'll come out the other side different, better, more equipped. You can't avoid every problem, and you shouldn't want to. Because every challenge you face now is preparing you for the victory ahead. And when you start to see your problems as training rather than punishment, everything changes. You might be thinking, but I've tried before and it didn't work. Good. That means you've learned. That means you've gathered experience. Every failure has given you tools you didn't have before. And now, when you try again, you're not starting from scratch. You're starting from wisdom. That's why you're dangerous now. Because you're not just hopeful, you're experienced. You've been through the fight before, and you know how to last longer this time. So here's your challenge. Stop wishing the setback never happened. Stop asking, why me? And start asking, what is this teaching me? Stop waiting for life to get easier, and start training yourself to get stronger. You're not in this place by accident. You're here because there's something you need to build in yourself before you can step into what's next. This is the moment where you stop just surviving and start building momentum. Your dreams didn't die with your last failure. They're just waiting for you to get back up and chase them with a new fire. You've been knocked down before, and you got back up. This time, when you rise, you'll rise higher than ever before. Your setback is not your identity, it's your training ground. And once you realize that, you'll stop fearing it and start using it. Because every obstacle in your way right now is secretly an opportunity in disguise. And the faster you embrace it, the faster you'll move toward the success that's waiting for you. Here's the truth most people don't want to admit. Success doesn't come from comfort. It comes from being uncomfortable again and again until discomfort becomes your new normal. Every time life pushes you back, it's really just giving you the resistance you need to grow. Think of it like weightlifting. Without the weight, without the struggle, your muscles never grow. Setbacks are the same. They are life's way of adding more weight so you can become stronger than you were before. But here's where most people go wrong. They get so caught up in the pain of the moment that they miss the lesson. Instead of asking, how can this help me? They get stuck asking, why is this happening to me? And when you live in the why me mindset, you rob yourself of the power to change your situation. You start thinking you're cursed, unlucky, or just not good enough. And none of that is true. The truth is, you're not being punished, you're being prepared. Preparation rarely feels good. It's tiring, it's messy, it's frustrating. But think about any championship athlete. You think they got there by having easy training sessions? No, they got there by being pushed to their absolute limit. And that's exactly what life is doing to you right now. Pushing you to your limit so you can discover a new one. And let's be honest, you've been through hard things before. You've had moments where you thought, this is it. I can't come back from this. But you did. You might have limped for a while, but you kept moving. You've carried yourself through nights when no one else was there to cheer you on. You've fought silent battles that nobody knows about. And because of that, you are already more resilient than you give yourself credit for. The only question now is, what are you going to do with that resilience? Will you use it to keep fighting, or will you waste it by sitting still? Because momentum is built through motion, not through waiting. Every small step you take right now is a message to yourself that says, I'm not done yet. And those small steps, they add up. But you can't just move. You have to move with intention. Setbacks give you a unique opportunity to see what's really working and what's not. Maybe your old plan failed not because you weren't capable, but because it wasn't the right approach. This is your chance to recalibrate, to adapt, to come back smarter. Success isn't about doing more, it's about doing better. Here's a mindset shift that will change everything. Stop seeing your setback as the end of your road, and start seeing it as a detour to a better route. Sometimes life closes one path because it's leading you toward one that's safer, smarter, and more rewarding in the long run. That failure you're stressing over? One day you'll look back and realize it saved you from something you didn't even know you needed to avoid. You have to trust the process even when the process feels brutal. You have to believe in the value of your journey even when you can't see the destination yet. And most importantly, You have to keep showing up. Not perfectly, not with all the answers, just consistently. Because consistency is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. Your setback is not a stop sign, it's a green light in disguise. And once you stop resisting it and start working with it, you'll find that the very thing that once felt like your greatest failure will become the reason for your greatest victory. When you're in the middle of a setback, it's easy to feel like everyone else is moving forward while you're stuck in place. You scroll through social media, you see the highlight reels of people's lives, promotions, vacations, new homes, perfect relationships, and you start believing the lie that you're falling behind. But here's the truth. Most people are hiding their struggles, just like you've been hiding yours. The difference is, you have a chance right now to turn yours into fuel. Every great comeback starts in silence. It starts when no one's watching, no one's applauding, and no one's posting about you. This is your building season. The season where you work in the shadows so that when the spotlight finds you, you're ready. And building seasons are rarely glamorous. They're made of early mornings, late nights, and days where you don't feel like doing it, but you do it anyway. This is where mental toughness comes in. Setbacks aren't just about fixing external circumstances. They're about developing internal strength. Anyone can smile when things are going right. Anyone can feel motivated when the path is clear. But real growth happens when you keep moving even though you don't know exactly where you'll end up. That's when you separate yourself from the rest. When you prove you're not just here for the easy wins, you're here for the long haul. You've got to stop letting temporary pain make you forget your permanent potential. The version of you that will walk out of this setback will not be the same person who walked into it. You'll be sharper, stronger, and more strategic. But you have to earn that version. You can't wish your way there. You have to work your way there. And yes, there will be days when quitting seems like the smartest option. Your mind will start whispering, "Why are you even trying? It's not worth it." But that's the exact moment you have to lean in. Because every time you push through that wall, you're building a foundation that no amount of failure can destroy. Look at history. Every champion, every innovator, every leader you admire has a chapter in their story that looked like a dead end. The only reason you know their names is because they didn't stop writing. You're in that chapter right now. You get to decide if this is where the story ends, or if this is just the turning point that makes your victory even sweeter. So shift your focus. Instead of thinking, "I have to start over," think, "I get to start smarter." Instead of feeling like life took something from you, realize it gave you something. A clearer vision, a thicker skin, and a deeper understanding of what you truly want. And those things are worth far more than any shortcut to success. Setbacks are the test. Your response is the answer. Pass the test, and life will open doors you didn't even know existed. Fail it, and you'll keep facing the same lessons until you learn them. Right now, you have the opportunity to rise above, to let your actions speak louder than your doubts, and to set in motion a chain of events that will lead you exactly where you're meant to go. The question is, will you take it? Because the only way forward is through, and every step you take now is proof that you're not done yet. This is it, the moment where you decide if your setback was the end of your story or the beginning of your rise. Everything you've been through has been shaping you, refining you, breaking off the pieces of who you were so you can step into who you're meant to be. You've been through pain that nobody saw, nights where you laid awake, replaying every mistake, every missed chance, every moment where life didn't go the way you planned. But here you are, still breathing, still standing. That means you're still in the fight. And as long as you're in the fight, you can still win. Your setback has already served its purpose. It revealed your weaknesses. It exposed the habits that were holding you back. It taught you who's really in your corner and who's just around for the good times. That's a gift, even if it didn't feel like one at the time. Because now you're stepping forward lighter, sharper, and hungrier than ever before. It's time to stop looking at what went wrong and start building what's about to go right. That business you wanted to start? Start it. That skill you've been putting off learning? Learn it. That dream you buried because you thought you weren't ready? Dig it back up because you are ready now. Your power isn't in what you lost. It's in what you're about to create. You don't need permission. You don't need a perfect plan. You just need the courage to move. The first step will be messy, the second will be uncomfortable, but the third will feel like momentum, and momentum changes everything. This is your setup for success. You are not starting from scratch. You are starting from experience. Every mistake you made gave you insight. Every delay built your patience. Every disappointment trained your resilience. You are better equipped now than you have ever been in your life. So when the world doubts you, let them. When they underestimate you, thank them. It'll make the victory sweeter. You don't need them to believe in you, because you're about to show them. And when you rise, it won't just be a win. It'll be proof that nothing, not failure, not rejection, not heartbreak, can stop someone who refuses to quit. Your moment is now. Not tomorrow, not when it's convenient, not when you feel ready. Now, because life doesn't wait for hesitation. It rewards action. And if you've been waiting for a sign, this is it. So get up, take the shot, make the call, send the email, write the chapter, lift the weight. Step into the arena with fire in your heart and determination in your soul. Every move you make from this point forward is a brick in the foundation of your comeback. You've already survived the worst. Now it's time to create the best. This is not the end. This is the setup for your greatest success story. The question is, are you ready to write it?